comprise the original Ghostface in the original Scream. First up, Matthew Lillard! The iconic voice of Ghostface, Roger Jackson! And finally, the man that literally, physically embodied Ghostface, Lee Winnell! Well, thank you all for being here. I should just acknowledge what an honor this is. We've been lucky enough to have iterations of the Screamcast over the years of Texas Frightmare Weekend, but we've never had this grouping and this many of you together before. So it's a very nice reunion, and we're all honored that you're here with us as fans. So thank you so much. And again, I just want to acknowledge how special it is to have the 4 actors that comprise the original Ghostface. It's such a cool opportunity. I'm gonna give you this. We know what's gonna happen. I got one. Yeah.
They tried to shut me up. You can't hold me down.
We know how much you like to talk, so we just took away your mic at this point. I want to ask the 4 of you down at the end, did you ever, what was the kind of coordination like between the performance and the stunt performance and the voice? Was there any coordination at all between the 4 of you on set?
I just remember asking Lee to be taller. Other than that, it was kind of like Lee.
Yeah, I had my list and it still wasn't good enough. My 5'11" against your 6'1" or whatever you are.
And I was like Roger, like a little raspier. Yeah. We never got to see Roger. We didn't meet Roger until like last year. It's true, Roger.
Roger was outside that very first time we shot, right? He was, this is the OG of the OGs. He's done all 6. This is the lineage from day one, scene 1, take one. Outside, so Drew never saw him. He was nothing but his voice, right? And so, I'm inside. Roger's like outside the window under a piece of cardboard being rained on, so he could watch the scenes on his phone.
Yeah, that was interesting. When you watch the movie, if you didn't notice, real rain doesn't photograph. It's too small. You have to have, if you want to see the rain generally, you have to have special effects, big drops. So when you see Drew's boyfriend tied up outside, and it looks like he's sweating, he wasn't sweating, he was sitting in the rain, having all that duct tape. Wow.
I truly
Great transition, bro.
I got lost in the moment, and then I was like, oh right, I'm up here. I'd love to hear each of your reactions the first time you saw what is now, the most probably iconic costume in horror history. I could imagine there's a world in which you see that, and it's unlike everything that's come before to the point that it's kind of silly. And Wes being Wes, be able to make that scary in the same way that he made a guy in a red and green striped sweater scary. What were your reactions the first time you actually saw Ghostface?
I don't think anyone remembers.
It was literally 100 years ago.
I remember saying that they found this mask in the back of a costume store.
Yeah.
And they'd gone through all the masks in the front, they were like, anything in the back, and they found this mask.
Yeah.
And they were just telling me, yeah, they never found the rights to it, apparently. So now it like had this whole second life, and there's all these different ghost face masks, scream masks, but and a different style.
Yeah.
I have a different thing. First time that I realized that the mask hit, I was in a Denny's.
As one
You know, we all love Moons Over My Head. And I saw a waitress.
That is not an applause line.
Hey man, if Diddy's
Can I live?
if Moons Over My Head is gonna get an applause anywhere, it's in Texas.
I really want to go when I say laugh. So, and I was there, and at the end, and had my whole meal, and the lady goes, "Can I show you something?" And I said, "What?" And she said, "Look," and she showed me her calf, and it was a ghost face tattoo. That was the first time I ever saw that, and I said, "What is gonna happen?" That's when I just feel like the mask was one thing, and then it was like this thing became something bigger than I could have ever imagined. So
Yeah.
that was wild.
I imagine it's surreal for all of you as you're, you have kids and you're trick-or-treating and you're just seeing a million ghost faces running around or ghost faces coming to your door. I bet that's especially weird for you. You're like, God, can I get away from this? Okay. It's probably just traumatic for you at this point.
Well, it's always a surprise for people when I open the door and they're in the space.
Yeah.
See me. But
Yeah. Not my movie.
But no, Cassie and myself have a lot of fun with it. He's like, we'll be trick-or-treating and they'll see ghost face. Oh, go say hi, go say hi. It's here. I don't know, when I talk a kid on the shoulder and he turns around and I'm like, hey! He's like, hi. Hi! Yeah. His mom was kind of ahead and I think he was like, who's this creepy lady? I was like, have you seen Scream? He goes, nah, my mom told me to wear this. I was like, I'm in it. He's like, cool.
He's like,
I was actually asking, it's like so mortified.
He's like,
All the
"When
time
you
I've
see,
done that. He had no idea who I was, but he was Ghostface.
Yeah, my son wanted to be Ghostface this year, and he hasn't seen the movie yet. And so he was Ghostface, so I told my other son, well, you gotta be Dewey then.
Isn't it kind of a true testament to the power of this franchise and how iconic it is that there are people that want to dress up as that character that haven't even seen the movie?
Yeah.
It's truly like, Matt Kinski, are you ever actually, do you ever put the costume on for fun? Are you ever actually in the costume in any scenes?
Yes.
We did it one time.
Well, Skeet did it once, and I want to be just like Skeet, so I got in Skeet. The scene where Jamie was
watching Halloween. Yeah, on the sofa, and Ghostface comes up behind him. And I think we were just kind of bored sitting around.
It was boring. It
Watching,
wasn't my line. so I
watching
was
Jamie
totally-
act, and we were, like, oh man, I think
You're playing this thing.
And I'll just get this out of the way since I've asked them this before and it was really awkward. Do not ask them if they have worked out who is killing who at any point in the movie because they don't know.
We will lie to your face, though.
happily, and shake your hand.
I'm the only one who dressed up as Gail one time. And I put on a trench coat, and I put a flash, everyone Gail's like green plastic.
And where was I?
During the whole, like,
First year of marriage.
Yeah, I
Was this or did you have the baby bangs to go with it?
That's a good one. I apologize for the bangs. I suggested, yeah, do like a Betty Page, bang. It just didn't turn out that way.
I mean, that was your idea. After all these years.
She also felt bad. She's like a people pleaser, so she didn't want to offend the hairstylist. So she tried to make it work. They cut them too short. Yeah. They take full responsibility.
I never do that.
She's kind of a great ex-husband.
Forever on film.
We have heard all the stories until that one. That is the best story.
History's happening here today.
So good.
I want to move on from talking about Ghostface. Something I've never talked to you about is the poster, the iconic poster, which was not only iconic for the movie, but iconic for the entire kind of 90s, 2000s teen slasher genre. It inspired a whole style of poster that we're still seeing today. Put a bunch of young hot people in black leather looking movie on the poster.
What's missing on the poster?
Roger's not in there.
All the young hot people. Son of a bitch.
That was actually my next question. My dudes, where are you on the poster?
Where are we? Thanks.
Do you remember, for those of you that were on the poster, do you remember this photo shoot?
Vaguely.
Vaguely, yeah. Were we even standing together?
We were. I do remember us being together. Yeah.
I thought we took them separately. Evidently, I don't remember.
Here's the funny thing. I was at that photo shoot.
I know. Can we see the next picture?
Yes.
See the next picture here?
Okay, now let's visit.
Come back, Jake.
It's because you didn't own any black leather. That's why you didn't own it.
I suppose that I was invited to no photo shoot.
You made the sequel.
Appreciate you. Till I walk in front of that damn van.
Too soon, dude. Too soon. We're not over it yet. I understand there were some kind of unintentional injuries on set. One with Steve Matthew, the kind of iconic, you hit me with the phone, dick. You were not scripted to actually hit him with the phone, dick.
It was written in my script.
So I want to know today, Skeet, have you ever apologized to Matthew for hitting him with the phone?
No.
Would you like to take this time today to apologize?
No. He doesn't talk to me anymore anyway.
Talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand. You know, look, I gave him a gift that day. The gift was all these t-shirts. You hit me with a phone, Dick. All these did work out.
Well, I'm gonna give it right back to you because apparently, you accidentally stabbed Skeet a little too hard with the umbrella. Which
I think that's a little exaggerated in the sense that she did hit me with the umbrella, but it didn't penetrate my body. But it was scary just because I've had open heart and it's a sensitive area for me. But there was no damage done, and God bless you coming out of that closet blind.
Blind.
Yeah.
Space costume, yeah.
Thank God it didn't lose an eyeball.
Holding an umbrella.
Yeah.
So no apology needed today. Is what
No
you're saying.
apology needed.
All right.
Yeah, we're good. Nev and I are good.
I got a few more questions, but I want to give y'all a chance to ask a question. So if you'd like to ask one, go ahead and line up with this microphone right here. David, for a guy that was supposed to die in this first movie, for you to be such a beloved character, and for you and Wes to have the relationship that you did, that, I mean, truly, in the scenes we see you, you are playing dead because you were supposed to be dead in those scenes, and then they revoked him and shot him in things. Dewey's arc from, you know, the first film all the way to what happened in Scream 5 that we won't talk about because we're still not over it here today. You truly are kind of the heart and soul of this franchise in a big way. What was it kind of like to think back all the way to that first movie, playing it how you played it, but then get to kind of live on and have this character do what it is?
Well, thank you. I do remember that day because I wasn't, I don't know, not sure if I was scheduled to work that day. But then when I showed up to set, Wes was like, listen, dude, we're going to shoot this a couple ways. First you're going to come out and you'll just be dead. And then the next time you're going to just give a thumbs up. And then we'll decide, we'll see how it tests and see if you pull through. Yeah, so that sort of changed my life.
Yeah, you didn't do a single take, dead.
Yeah, I was always moving. But yeah, I don't know. I keep thinking about this one scene where Sheriff's smoking a cigarette and I'm eating ice cream, and Wes was like, "Listen, when he puts his cigarette out, I want you to stomp on the ice cream." And I was like, "We really want me to do that?" He was like, "Yeah." And I was like, so I don't know. There was something funny about Dewey and Wes. Like, I think he had like, it was like part of his personality, or sense of humor. He really kind of would throw in these little things like, hey, do you know what constellation that is? No, what is it? I don't know. That's why I asked you.
Yeah.
Little things like that he would throw in and just keep thinking back at those moments.
Yeah.
That's a sweet character and great sense of humor. And he was, the first time I saw Scream, I used to work at this newsstand on Melrose, and we were all hanging out there, and they used to go around passing out these flyers that said, like, for upcoming films, and you'd be able to, you know, go in and sort of give your opinion, fill out a form, and say if you like it or not, get test screening. And then someone was doing it, and I said, "Oh, what's this one about?" And it essentially said the plot of Scream, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go see it." So I go to Paramount Studios, and they see me in line, and they're like, "David, you're not even allowed to be here." I was like, "Oh, I'm here." They're like, "Okay, well, you gotta like be in the back, no one can see you." But I got to watch Wes watch the film really early on.
Wow.
And I was watching him quite a bit. This creepy stalker guy. And, but he was like, I could see like, what's going on? Because something was coming up. And then like, people screamed and then they laughed and he got such a kick out of it. He was just so like, it was like the perfect like moment to just see that. And yeah, so I'll never forget.
And then you filled out a comment card where you said, "Really love this Dewey character. Don't want to see him die. Would love to see him. I'd love to see him in at least 4 more movies." Nev, you know, I know we can't talk too much about it, but I would love to kind of hear your broad thoughts about stepping back into the role of Sydney for Scream 7 and to be doing it with. As a fan, I think if we can't have Wes, I mean, what better person to take it over? And I also just want to say, you know, even though I know it was probably hard to step away, I think as fans, and Matthew, I love when you chimed in and kind of said what you said, like, we were all so proud for you to take a stand for yourself and know you were doing well. And horror in general, and portrayed such a strong female character. So yeah, you know, just proud of you.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get back on set. I'm so excited to play Sydney again. You know, they had to obviously pitch me the film and hear whether I wanted to do it before they wrote it. So I know what it is. It's going to
At what moment do I come back? Is it like sorry, I interrupted.
No, I am excited about Kevin. Really, really excited about that. You know, we started conversations about who's going to direct him, and he obviously came up first and said, of course. I mean, of course. And he's wanted to direct these for years. So I got to ask him, which was great. I got to be the one to make the call, and he wasn't here, and I wasn't here. And,
Wow.
yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Matthew, I know I'm coming back. I know this is a Scream panel and TBD on you coming back, although I'd love to see you kind of burned in a kind of Phantom of the Opera way with half the Ghostface mask from the TV. But you are coming back in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The way I tie this back into Scream is to grow up with Scream and then have a 10-year-old daughter who's coming into your own where you met yesterday and be able to take her Willow and you know, not to comment on your age, but for me to be a fan of you when I was young and now I have a kid who's she's so starstruck. To see you back on stage and experience that together, where we just got to see you wipe the knife again, and to see you back in Horror Man is so special for fans and a new generation of people. So thank you so much, man. All right, let's kick it off to you guys. I'm sure you have a lot of great questions. Starting off, sir, here you go. Question number 1.
So my question is for Ed. Given that you are, without a question, one of the most iconic Scream movies ever, I wanted to ask you, who is your favorite Scream?
No, on the spot.
That's hard because I haven't seen a lot of horror movies. But Jamie Lee is a friend, and I agree with
Thank you.
Hey guys.
Incredible calls.
Billy, stand up.
Now kiss. You're about to kiss.
This is a question for you guys. It's this movie, the 9th year since we all lost Wes. Any life advice that he gave you guys, or any fun memories from on set, outside the set, for all of you guys? Anything that he kind of really stuck with you after working with him for all these years?
During Scream 2, my mom was dying, and he sat me down and gave me just the most, I don't know, important, powerful kind of fatherly advice, just like to get my life together and, you know, really, you know, take care of yourself and really care about you. It's just meant so much that he cared so much.
Thank you. Hi.
I just want to say, I think we all have stories. Sorry. I think we all have stories, but I don't know, I feel we could do that for a long time. So just so you know, that's an incredible story, so we'll just leave it with that. But just know that for all of us, that moment in our lives was life-changing because we were these kids making a movie that is special today, but in that moment was just another experience. And so we were all shaped during the production of that movie and became friends, and it was like, as people go to college, well, we had that movie. And the head of that movie was a man that changed all of our lives, and today, still, in this auditorium, is still changing our lives. So, it's such a big question that that answer sort of encapsulates his power to each of us.
Hi.
My question is, I would piggyback on this question. What is something that you did to get you in character? I know with Casey, he has that iconic shoulder of dogs and those dogs are getting injured or whatever. What is something that you did to help you get into character?
how did Wes help us get into character? I had one. I've told the story before, but the final sequence with Skeet and Matt, the first film, took weeks to shoot. And for me, the challenge was having a level of fear that didn't feel the same the entire time. Because obviously she's going to be in fear for that entire 3 weeks, but keeping it interesting. And Wes at one point came up to me, it's when I'm against the counter, and he just whispered in my ear, he said, imagine you have 1 million bullets ricocheting through your body, and he walked away.
Between that story and the bangs, I'm learning a lot.
I'd like to specifically kind of direct that to Roger, the irony that the voice of Ghostface, and we haven't heard him talk much here today. What was the kind of direction from Wes for you? The voice is so iconic, and yet, again, unlike anything we had ever heard, so unexpected, and has now carried us through this franchise. What was your relationship like with Wes and the kind of direction he gave you on the voice of Ghostface? Because the movie really lives or dies in that opening sequence by that.
Well, the funny thing is, he didn't really give me much direction. I would watch him. I would watch through the monitor, mostly, except watching through the window that first night. Watch him working with the other actors. And he didn't give me much direction. Mostly he would come back to wherever I was and he would say, hold it back a little there. Or push it a little farther. Because they just seemed to like what I was doing. I wasn't supposed to do the film. I was just supposed to do that scene with Drew Barrymore, and then they were going to dub it all in post. But on that first night, he and Marianne and Galena decided they liked what I was doing, and they decided to keep it.
Wow.
And that started the tradition of my being on set, playing the scene with the actors.
Absolutely, and I just want to say, you really deserve the credit you weren't getting in the credits, and I was so happy to see in these last few films that you got your own credit card there in the end, the kind of iconic closing credit sequence.
Thank you, James.
All right, the guy happy now? Yes, right.
First of all, I'm glad you came back to do another one. That's awesome. Did you do it naturally, or did you run it through a mixer to get that creepy voice going?
No, there's no mixing or electronic boxes. It was all in the audition. The audition was that opening scene. And Kevin had it brilliantly written. Everything you need to know is there. The guy, whoever it is on the phone, has to be kind of interesting, kind of playful, a little sexy. I knew from doing advertising, there was a certain thing I do that the ladies seem to like. You make popcorn. I like make popcorn when I'm gonna watch a movie. Oh, you like scary movies? What's your favorite scary movie? Study the scene, play the scene.
Lee, could you show us some moves? You already did! That was good. That was great. That was cool.
Hi.
So my question is for Matthew Lillard, and I've been kind of challenged to put you on the spot a little bit. So I was
Is this a dance-off?
He's about to bring those She's All That moves back.
I just threw out my back. Sorry, go ahead.
So I co-host a film podcast, and every year we do a segment that we have called Lillard Affair, where we watch Matthew Lillard movies.
Wow.
And I've been challenged to ask you to program our next one.
How many movies is it?
It's 3 movies. I'll let you know the ones we watched already. We watched In the Name of the King.
You don't have to review. Be gentle to the people. So is a horror podcast?
Basically, well, the film that's called Pulse of the Catacombs, These Films Exist. We basically look for films that have maybe been forgotten.
Okay. I have a great movie, I think, with Sir Patrick Stewart called Match. Match. It's a lovely movie. It's Carla Gugino and Sir Patrick Stewart and myself. I have a movie called Spooner. See, nobody's cheering, so Spooner is like a lovely movie by a director by the name of Drake Doremus. And then I have a movie called Fat Kid Rules the World, which is a movie Alright, so those are the 3 movies, and tell your 12 listeners they deserve better. I'm so sorry.
Gotta get that jab in there at the end of
I got a lot of
Don't undersell that. Don't undersell that.
What's the name of the podcast?
Pulse of the Catacombs, These Films Exist.
Okay. Put that on a volume t-shirt.
Don't undersell Fat Kid. Billy Campbell was in that film. It's a great film, and he said that was one of the best pieces of work he ever did. That's The Rocketeer and Dr. Manhattan saying that was one of his best pieces of work. It's a great film.
And directed the movie. Yeah. All right, we got time for a few more.
Hi, I just want to say, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I have a silly question. If y'all were clowns, what would y'all's clown name be?
Whoa. This is definitely a David Arquette question.
Could you name us all?
I love puzzle.
David bought the rights to Bozo. He's bringing it back.
Yeah, what would your clown name be?
Piero.
You got that ready weirdly quick.
It's the only one I can remember.
What's your clown name? Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Jingles.
Really good. Matthew?
Happy Pants.
Skeet?
I'd be Skeet.
Pretty good clown name. Roger?
Pork pie hat.
Lee?
Ass.
That's why we should not give him a microphone.
Hey, nobody said it was high art in here. All right, let's try and speed through so we can get through as many of these because we really got to wrap up here. Hi.
It wasn't very nice what you did to me, by the way. But I do have a question. If you guys could either switch roles with someone on cast with you or in a different movie, who would you want to switch roles with?
Han Solo. Every no offense. Normally my answer is yes, I want to be Cindy, but I want to be Han Solo. He shot first.
I'm really happy with Cindy.
We are too. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I like Randy. I think that's why the movie works. We all hit our roles in our essence, right?
We love Randy. Randy was us, man. Like, for so many of us to be horror nerds and feel, there's so many characters in this movie that spoke to us, but Randy was, to hear someone talk about horror movies in a movie, it meant a lot, so, yeah.
It
I'm
did.
proud of your niece and your nephew.
They're amazing.
Yes.
They're carrying the lineage on. They've gotten stronger than me because I feel that they've gotten stabbed a lot. They seem to be breathing. I don't remember that many knives. I'm deader than dirt.
Hey, Jamie, can I just ask you a question, given that she's here? What was the werewolf movie with E.T.'s mom in it?
The Hound.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, that was my line. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because D. Wallace is
D. Wallace, yeah. Legend. Legend.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question.
This is the speed round. That took 8 minutes.
All right, speaker.
Oh my God! What's my film podcast? Oh my! Here's my filmography.
This is for Nev, but I'm equal opportunity, so anyone can answer. But what would you give for advice to women, especially, but to stand for your worth? I'm in production on the other side, like any negotiation advice or yeah.
Well, that was
That's a great question.
I know your value. You know, I think have confidence in yourself. Train. You know, I think that's what what's best advice you can give as an actor. Well, train, learn the craft, whatever it is that you're doing, grow it. You know, to the best of your ability. Have confidence and do your best to do your homework and find out whether things are equal. You know, I think we get so afraid of asking whether we're being paid the same thing, whether we're on par with our male counterparts, and why. There's this weird rule that we're not supposed to ask, but you can. And I think it's important to, I'd say that.
no one job or opportunity makes or changes your life, right? So the universe will give you what you need. So if it doesn't work, just know it doesn't define you.
All right, we've got time for a couple more here. Let's speaker.
So I have a question for Nat. So this was brought up between sex between Melissa and Jenna's characters about mental health and therapy.
About what?
Mental health and therapy. And so how has Sydney overcome like all the events from all the previous films with, all the betrayal and losing friends and family?
Just a question about kind of the exploration of mental health and like trauma and being a victim and
Like
overcoming that, not letting it own you, you own it.
Yeah, I think it's amazing how many people actually come up to me and tell me that seeing these films or watching Sydney or watching these characters overcome something has helped them in their lives. And honestly, it's beautiful. I'm very grateful that message somehow has touched people and helped people. We're lucky as artists that we can portray characters that sometimes will bring confidence to someone in their life or touch them in their life, or that they see something that they relate to and that it helps them overcome in some way. As to your question about mental health, can you be more clear about that?
Like how has Sydney overcome, betrayal, like her cousin?
How has Sydney herself overcome?
Yes.
You didn't read her book?
She herself overcome. That woman has been through so much. It's insane. She took time for herself. I think you've seen in some of the films. She took time for herself. She obviously became a social worker for a period of time, and it became someone who was important to her, was helping others who had been through trauma as well. And I think she came to a place where she was at peace with herself. How she did that, I don't know. That's between the films.
Thank you. All right, we gotta take one more, but I'm sorry, all the ghost faces look the same. I think this is the ghost face that came up to me and said, I really hope I get to ask a screen question, and it's a kid in a ghost face costume. So I want to give the last opportunity, very fittingly, to this kid here in the ghost face. So come up and ask questions. I know, I want to make okay, but it's a little ghost face, so we gotta move it down.
This is to everybody. What advice would you give to someone my age that is trying to get to
slasher's film?
Perfect. Not just acting or movies, specifically slasher films. Perfect last question, sir. Thank you. Do you mean as an actor or just as a fan, or as an actor who wants to act in specifically slasher movies?
Make your own. You can make them your own right now.
Yeah.
Like you can make them on an iPhone, like learn how to edit, watch films you like, just start doing scenes and things with your friends and start filming them, putting it together, get a few scenes and then get a storyline, and then just keep building on it. It's all about building and working on it.
That's a great answer.
That is a great answer.
That is good.
The main thing about horror is that you don't need a big budget or big effects. You just need a strong concept and a bunch of people want to do it with you. And that's what Wes did when he started, and that's what Scream was when it started out. Thank you all so much. This has really been so much. Where he has stayed in his seat the entire time.
I usually won't. Thank you all. Yeah, that was good. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you do it. No, listen, you may not hear it a lot this weekend, but these weekends are super powerful for all the actors here. You're helping us feed our families, and no career is straight up. There's downs. And so you being here and you giving of your time and your money helps feed people's families. So thank you for that. Appreciate it.